Thank you for joining us on Black Investments Matter. I'm Antoine Anderson. What type of drive should you be using to back up your finished products and content, whether it's pictures, video files for you content creators, or just your business records? Stay tuned to find out the best ways and best practices of backing up your most sensitive data. If you are one of those individuals who saves PDFs, pictures, music files onto your desktop. That means the screen that you first turn on your Windows computers to. If you're one of those guys, this is for you. Stop doing that. Don't do that. That slows down your computer. Then you start wondering why. It's taking so long to turn on. That's because those files have to be read every time you turn on that computer. They have to be read into memory. The best way to combat that is to not do the bad habits. Get away from that bad habit and start saving those drives, so those files, onto external drives versus even saving it onto your hard drive, where really all of your processing should be done. All of your applications, the things that you're actually doing work with, that's where those should reside. External documents should go to an external drive. That is your music files, your pictures, your finished content creation, images, that kind of stuff. Your documents for your business, save those things on something external, either on the cloud or one of these external drives that we're going to be going over right now. First and foremost, let's break down how we are moving these files and why we're moving these files. Um, Looking at my PC for starters. And when we look at my PC, we see the types of drives that we have available. Here's your local or internal drive here, your C drive. And then you have two different external drives. I have a USB free agent that I'm had for some years now, but it's a terabyte worth of free space that's just laying around. Why not use it? And I use that um, to store files like music files, um, pictures, images, that kind of thing, some documents, and it's external to the PC. Also, I have a network attached device. That's the network drive that's plugged into the router. Now, basically, it works on the same principle, but instead of using the USB cable, it uses the Wi Fi network in my house or an IP address that's plugged in directly to the router, which is the case with this older Seagate drive. I use these things almost exclusively for data that doesn't have to be run on the PC. The only thing I primarily use my C drive for is the storage of applications, things like Photoshop, things like Office 365, when they were still used on a disk. Right now, we're using cloud services, but any application that I'm running from the PC that has to be installed to the PC goes here. Everything else is pretty much uh, easily moved and should be moved off of the processing unit itself, off of the C drive, and onto one of these external drives. And let's go into how you do that. First and foremost, I'm looking at my personal drive, and there's a bunch of pictures here. I'm going to select all of these documents by holding down the control key on my keyboard, actually the shift key, clicking on the first document, and then clicking on the last document. Once I do that, I right click and I hit the pair of scissors, which is the cut. This is going to enable me to move them. So I'm going to just hit cut. It's going to super highlight them. And I'm going to select my free agent drive, create a new folder called pictures. I've already got one. Click on that. And then I'm going to hit the paste icon right here on a Windows 11 PC. And it's going to go ahead and start writing. Now, the speed time is going to vary, so give yourself some time. If you have a slower drive like mine, it's going to take a little while. But what this is doing is writing all of those files and moving them over to an external drive. So we're going to let this thing rock out, and we're going to continue after it completes. I'm going to go ahead and do a cut splice on this video right now. Now, while the backup feature is doing its thing, we can go shopping. I'm not going to call out a specific manufacturer because the cost of storage right now is pretty low. You can use any drive. The types of drives you want to use or focus on, as I said, for storage purposes, it's pretty cool to use your standard SSD drive. These are still some of these drives are just glorified flash drives. Okay, they're not as volatile or as hot, run as hot as the MVE drives, which are the fastest drives. Let's not get into that debate real quick, but let's just focus on storage space and price. Now, as we're looking over on the screen here, we've got an option to go ahead and go from a terabyte drive all the way down to, oh, well, all the way up to, excuse me, a 4 terabyte drive. $48, $100. I've seen these things go as low as $20. And of course, you can still get away with using one of these flash drives if you want to. I don't know if it's going to zoom in on that for me or not. There you go. You can use a flash drive, but at any rate, any type of storage you have that you can just unplug and store away for later use or for later recovery, this is particularly helpful, especially if you're a content creator. You've got all these video files stored on your computer and you really don't need them there because after you create the finished product, you can move them away from your device and it saves so much space on your drive. After a year of content creation, I've already noticed that there were near gigabytes, that hundreds of gigabytes already being stored for every week's worth of content. I don't need that. I don't need it on my computer. Just move it, get it off to a external drive, and move the external drive once it's full without affecting the operation of my PC. No particular type of drive you need to be focused on. Like I said, this portable external drive from Western Digital here is probably just as reliable as this Toshiba. Or let's say, what's another manufacturer? There is a Seagate. You notice a little price difference there. Well as Samsung is another one, but it's not listed here on Amazon. So, and you can go to Walmart, pick them up, and just use them. Not a big deal. All right. If you have any other questions about what to buy, how to save, I'll post some links to the different types of drives out there for sale. Just leave your comments, questions below. And again, when it comes to just restoring or backing up data, definitely keep in mind that your time is money. Not all money is good money. So watch how you spend it. And this is one of those ways you can watch how you spend it. Talk to you later.